Hello. How's it going, everybody? We are here for the Premier League panel show. And yeah, exciting times ahead. Exciting times ahead. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm kind of quite excited to vent a little about the match because, I'm just not happy. I'm not happy with the performance today. And I'm interested to hear other people's thoughts for sure. Because it was abysmal. It was abysmal for sure. So we're going to see all who called in, but I also want to hear you guys' thoughts too. We're going to talk about a lot of the matches today, and I'm low-key multitasking, which I shouldn't be doing, which is why I feel like I'm a little bit distracted, but we will figure it out. Yes, we will. Give me just a second here because I'm trying to do like 3 million things at once right now. Barcelona. Yeah, let me know as we wait how you guys were feeling about some things, and it should be good. It should be good. And then we'll see all who calls in. We'll see. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I ended up having to work, which wasn't fun. So there's that. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. I think things are moving now, which is good. We should have won on to Lyon. Yeah, we should have won. We'll see what happens. Not our best performance by any means. All right, I think I'm almost done here. Give me just a moment. I really am trying to do two things at once, and I probably shouldn't be doing this, but it's okay. It's okay, right? Right. Glad we're all on the same page there. The Manchester Derby was so boring. Liverpool are bottles. Arsenal are bottles as well. Well done, Villa. Tottenham, you're still bottled. You're just calling everyone a bottle. Shout out to Fulham for saving the weekend, I guess, and giving Liverpool a loss. Love that. It's cured insomnia. Fair enough. I do want to hear other people's thoughts, and I do want to rant a bit. Oops, I did that wrong. Oh, God. We're on the struggle list. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Why are you guys here? Why am I'm struggling today. I'm struggling. It is what it is, Goodness me. Struggle bus. Okay, there we go. The link is now pinned in the chat. Hello. How's it going?
That was frustrating, wasn't it? That game was frustrating. We should have won the game. Sunshine.
I know.
Well. Everything's going on well.
Well. How are you doing? Outside of football.
Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. I mean, just
yeah,
busy. A pretty busy Sunday, but I was just chilling. Everything's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Should have won the game, but hey, listen, it's United, and we have the worst attack in the league, so it's all right.
I feel like we do. Big up to you, Macy. Big up to you, Rasta Stocks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I just
I know it.
got my fruit and stuff, and tomorrow I've got a big job coming up tomorrow. So
Oh,
yeah, and yesterday I was a bit pissed off with the performance against Everton, and Arsenal always bottle something very important, because every time we put our necks on the line against to try and catch Liverpool, we always crumble. And yesterday we absolutely crumbled that game.
mm,
And for me, like that absolutely sums up the mentality of my football club. And my fan base are basically like saying, "Oh, but we got Real Madrid coming up on Tuesday." But do you really think we can beat them at the Emirates, despite the fact that they lost 2-1 to Valencia? It doesn't matter if which Real Madrid like turns up. Real Madrid always find a way to sneak out something. And I can guarantee you they will sneak out something on Tuesday,
mm.
because I'm not even confident, because every fan, every one of my fans can get a bit gassed up for this. I'm not. I'm scared. I'm just
Scared.
worried. I'm super scared, Sky, because look at what Real Madrid will do to us. Mbappe against Kivior. Can you imagine what he's gonna do to Kivior? He's gonna cook him up. And Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo going up against Timber and Miles Lewis Skelly. I'm absolutely scared for Tuesday, and I don't know if we can. I'm just I just think our season is over with. I mean, we're not gonna win nothing. We're just gonna continue on with this champions of getting back to next season's Champions League. Um, yet again with no trophy. Arteta staying. Arteta will still be our manager, but I'm just a bit. I just want this season over with. I'm tired of this season. It's been draining. It's been poor. It's been flushed out. So right now, I just want to focus on the summer that's coming up, the carnival that is coming up. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for
Yeah.
I'm excited for the transfer window coming up. So I'm
Like
just not.
I hear you, Macy, but like I would be like, even if I was an Arsenal fan, I don't even know if I'd be excited for the transfer window, because like if you're gonna keep Arteta, right? If you're gonna
No, but
um like what are they gonna do? Do you trust that they're gonna make the right decisions to get you the players
because
you need?
the thing is, Sky, we've got a new sporting director, and I think Andre Berta might make some signings, but it's just the thing is, I don't want Berta to be manipulated by Arteta, because Edu was in the same predicament, because Arteta basically asked him to get his own players, and
Yeah.
Edu just agreed to it. So that Berta should not be in this position that Edu was. He should just say to Arteta, "Look, I'm the director. I will go out and I will get the players. You can't tell me nothing."
It's
So so
Um,
Berta should like be brave enough to confront this manager. Like, don't fall for his lies, because every time Arteta opens his mouth and says like some garbage or bullshit, it's just disgusting. And my football club will me and Don C's football club. It will never change until our fan base grows up and starts raising their standards for Arsenal. But in the end, it is what it is.
Yeah. Big up to you, Don C. Big up to you.
Hello, Sky. How you
What do
well,
doing?
you think? I mean, to be fair, I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans try to say today that the league's not over and we're not gonna win, kind of thing, because they lost to Fulham, which is, I think, a load of rubbish. But
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed that today. Anytime Liverpool lose, I enjoy it
yeah,
because you know what?
same.
I
same.
I I I have come to realization they're gonna win the league, and I am so mad about that. Like I'm fuming, and I'm like, this little B-rate Arsenal manager, this little B-rate scrub can't get one job done. One job. Stop
Yeah.
Liverpool from winning the league. No. What and like where I work, there's so many Liverpool fans. Oh, we're winning the league, we're winning the league. I'm like, oh my God. I said, Arteta, I dislike you so much. You're the reason why these people are so happy.
Bro, they lost. Liverpool lost today as well. You could have cut it down to 6 points. Arsenal. Shame on you.
Bro, listen, and the last game at friggin' Goodison Park, right? Goodison Park. Bro, I'm like, bro, Arteta, you made that's something that the Evertonians are gonna remember for life. They can say, oh, that's one of the best games they ever won because they didn't lose. They took they took 2 points off Arsenal. Like, come on, give me a break. And today, with our Manchester derby, like I'm watching it and I'm just nodding and I'm nodding and I'm hearing because I'm watching on one screen and I'm watching Sky on the other screen. I'm like, no. I'm like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? And oh my God, man, like I wanted to flip out, then I have to remember, yo, I'm at work. I gotta do the work for me. It has to be the work for me. Guys, do you understand my frustration? How pathetic and weak.
I have 2 words to sum your frustration up. Alejandro Garnacho.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I need to vent.
Yes.
I need to vent. Okay. And that's why I'm really excited about this panel show. And I'm going to be a little bit selfish right now because
I'm really excited.
Here's the thing. Okay. I really think Amarim could do a good job. Okay. But then there's a part of me where I see things that he does and I don't understand it. Okay. Because the past 2 matches, Garnacho has been terrible. Okay. And I was like, if he starts Garnacho, I'm side-eyeing because there's no reason why I should start after that 4th game. All right. He starts him. He has Cheeto on the bench. Okay.
Cheeto.
Not only does he start him, okay, and
for 90 minutes.
He's doing nothing. He's passing, he's kicking the ball out of bounds. He has shots. They're way off the mark. He can't pass. He can't look up. He's not doing anything positive. Okay. We're getting into the second half, and I'm like, why is he still on the pitch? All right. We have a sub. The first sub is who came out first? Was it Hoyland for Xerxes? I think there was one more for that.
Yeah.
Lindelof. Thank you. Lindelof comes off.
All
right.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, if you want to do that, that's cool. It's fine. Garnacho has to either have nudes, blackmail, or something on Amarim, okay? Because there is no reason why Cheeto, first of all, Cheeto can't play Europa League. So use him. He can't play on Thursday night. So why is he not playing on Saturday, on the weekend? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And when you see Xerxes come on for Hoyland, immediately the attack progresses, okay? Because Hoyland is that bad, okay? So if you see Xerxes make an improvement, okay, next thought, maybe let's sub off Garnacho, get a change, because Garnacho more than likely has to play versus Lyon, because Cheeto can't. So put Cheeto in. It's his first Manchester derby. He's at Old Trafford. Why not give the young guy a chance to do something? He's not bad. I'm sorry. Cheeto is not, it's not like, oh, I don't know if he can handle it. Like, he's clearly been able to prove that he can do something in a match. I was just so upset. And every time Garnacho got the ball, I swear I was screaming. You guys saw me on the watch along. I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah, for me, the last game in the Forest, I'm like, why are you sliding like that? Why did you slide like that? Why? Like why? I said, you see, if he had gotten a red card and he's stopping from the ball, I would have said yes. Yo, the fact that we lost one goal difference.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you guys watch the game, we weren't that bad. That's the thing. Like, especially in the first half, we could at least been up 2-0. but we can't finish. That's what's so frustrating is we got opportunities to score, but then it's Dorgu or it's Ugarte had a shot or Garnacho, and they can't finish. It's woeful, and I'm tired. Like if I was Yoro, if I was Mesraoui, if I'm these people on the defensive line, I'm getting upset because I'm working my behind off to keep us in the game, and we can't convert.
Yeah, 100%. And this is what really upsets me, Sunshine. It's like, do you know what it is? Every time I'm watching United go forward, I'm like, what are you gonna do? What's Garnacho gonna do? Is he gonna wait for Dorgu to make the overlapping run? No, he cuts inside, loses the ball, and what else? He just sulks. He sulks. He's so. I'm sick of Garnacho. Like genuinely, like I think since last season already, I started to see the flaws in his game. Way too many flaws. You know what it is? People call him young, but this guy is a child. Remember, this guy is a father to a child, right? So call him young all you like, but he's mature enough to be a dad. If he's mature enough to be a dad, how's he still the young kid? You know, I'm tired of this gimmick that he's young. He's going to be 25. And you're still gonna give him more time to develop? No, Ronaldo developed when he was 23 and he left to Real Madrid and became my greatest of all time, personally. So
I know.
Dorgu, like what are they doing? Like I feel like they don't like each other, or Garnacho just doesn't want to like utilize him at all because they couldn't be asked.
And Sunshine, what really upset me the most is that Ruben Amorim left him on the pitch for 90 minutes back to back.
Yes.
Back to back 90 minutes. What does this kid have to do to sit on the bench?
I would have rated it more if he let Cheeto start. I'm gonna be really honest.
Yeah,
I tell you he had to do.
I agree.
He probably had to go do an unauthorized interview. I bet you if he did an unauthorized interview, he would have probably get the same treatment as Rashford. I said it last summer, and I'm gonna say it again. We needed a gunman striker up front. No, the board decided to go otherwise, and I'm saying this transfer window, if they don't get a striker in, I swear down, I am done.
Rasta.
Yeah.
I don't rate Alvaro Morata, right? I don't rate the guy. I don't think he's that great, but he was available in January. Patrick Dorgu, okay, good signing. I don't mind Patrick Dorgu as a signing. I think he's very good. But why don't you use that 30 million to go spend it on a striker? Morata's experience. The guy's been in finals. The guy has scored big goals for Real Madrid. You remember that goal against Sporting Lisbon in the group stages when Real Madrid came back to win 2-1? Do you remember the goals that Morata scored? I think he scored in the Champions League final for Juventus as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
So this is what I'm trying to say.
100%.
But this is what I'm trying to say. I don't like Morata personally because obviously with he left to Atletico Madrid. As my Real Madrid bias would say, he left Atletico Madrid. I don't like him anymore. But as for United, right, bring him in. AC Milan let him go in January. Score a few goals. We'll be like, you know what? Fair enough, Morata. You've done your job. Now we bring in the top class striker in the summer that can carry on the job and bag more goals for us. Why didn't we use that to sign a striker? John Duran left from Aston Villa to Al Nassr for 80 million. I don't think they would have asked for 80 million from us, but it would have been something. We'd have had to offer them something to bring him in. You know, there's two strikers that made the move in January already. That we could have brought in and could have scored goals for us today. We should have been 3-0 up in the first half. 3-0 up. And also, I have to point out before Don C wants to go. I know Don C wants to talk, right? Do you remember the first attack? Garnacho was through on goal. Do you guys remember that attack? Garnacho was through on goal when Ruben Diaz brought him down to get a yellow card.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes was open in the box.
Yeah.
What is he thinking? Pass the ball, lay it off quick, and Bruno. I think Bruno scores. You know, I genuinely think Bruno scores. He's on good form right now. He's gonna score that.
I'll tell you what he's thinking. Oh, I'm Ronaldo. I'm gonna be the hero, bro. Anytime I see him do Ronaldo celebration, it's like, you know, you have that little sibling. You see them do something stupid, you just want to slap them, bro. Anytime.
His hips as well. Ronaldo's holding his hips as well. Garnacho's doing the same. You know what I'm saying? Sorry.
Fancy, what do you think?
Oh no, you know, yeah. As a rival fan, yeah, I enjoyed today, to be honest.
I'm sure you did.
I wanted
Of
you.
course you did.
No.
Of course
Honestly,
you
I wanted
did.
you. Like, I wanted you lot to win. Take all my bias aside and all of that. Yeah, I wanted you lot to win because as much as I don't like you lot aren't a threat to Arsenal. Yeah, coming going forward, even next season, right? Because you lot are so far behind the chasing pack. It's amazing because even if you get rid of, let's say, 4 players, the core's still there. And I believe that's a deeper rooted issue at Man United than what people are seeing, because it seems like the players on the field are so disconnected. Everyone at Man United right now is just selfish. They're all working for themselves. They're all working for themselves. It's disgusting. But I'll get on to the game today. Today, you lot was a better team. I was actually on floor just watching log, and I was like to him that I can't actually believe how you lot came out with this game 0-0, right?
Yeah.
I really don't understand it. Just because the City that, like, in the first, let's say, apart from the chance that you had that you was talking about in the first minute, City had the ball. Let's say maybe it's probably a 60-45. But what you lot did with the ball was a lot more dangerous to what City done with the ball.
Yeah, they were.
I can't tell you one clear cut chance that they had, apart from the Mamouche shot outside the box, and that's still not a clear cut chance, right? That was just a ricochet that came all the way back to him, and it was a good shot. And what Onana done was brilliant with the sun in his eye. It was an amazing save. It was right at him, but because it was with so much power, he could have easily missed that just because the sun was in his eye.
Yeah.
Garnacho now, I don't know what the hell he does for your team, honestly, like, because I'm talking about, okay, I'll try to be as objectified as possible and try to keep the banter aside, it was like him being back in 2007 and doing a Superman dance by Soldier Boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell he was trying to do. I don't know if it was a slip, if he tried to header it, if he tried to header volley it, if he tried to knee it, pull it on his chest in. I don't know what the hell he tried to do. You see, the thing is, I don't understand how a player like this can constantly be playing. Check this out now. He's played 30 games for you lot. 30 games in the Premier League for you lot. He's had 4 goals and 1 assist. 4 goals and 1 assist. Do you know what? Like, he hasn't had no injuries this season. Or if he has, he might have missed 1 or 2 games from it. Or no, actually, he hasn't had no injuries this season. He was just taken out of the team because Amarin didn't like him for a stage. But then he's only had 4 goals all season. 4 goals, and he's had 1 this year.
You know what's so crazy? You know why? Not to cut you off, Dante. You know why he thinks he's the cream of the crop? Because last season we had injuries. He was overused, overplayed last season. Boom. He did a bicycle kick against Everton. Yeah, boom. He scored he drew first blood against City that made us win the game. And I'm saying to myself, why are we overusing this player? Why are we overusing this player? Because I feel like he's gonna be so overused that next season he's gonna burn down and crash. And look what's happening right now. Look what's happening right now. And I'm just like, bro, we should have got a gunman striker. That's it. Get me a gunman striker that's gonna bring me 20 to 25 goals each season. Get me a gunman striker. No. The Glenios.
Do you know what? Even if you get a gunman striker, I don't think he would actually give you 20 to 25 goals just because of that, just because of your output. Let's check this now, You see Garnacho, he actually hasn't done anything for you since he's got to Man United. He hasn't been that player that everyone's expected for him to turn out to be. It's only because he said how much he loves Ronaldo, and he didn't have a purple patch of a season. He just had, let's say, a 7 out of 10 season. 7 out of 10 season. That's not great for a person who he's striving to be, in my opinion, since he's been there. Right? It's not about him burning out, because him at his best has scored 4 goals and 1 assist this season. Last season, he probably scored another 3 more than that. Another 3 more than that. He hasn't been great for you lot. Like, burning him out may be the best thing that Amarin can do, because at least he doesn't play for your team anymore. Because when he's playing, what kind of output does he have? It's like this. Like, okay, I'm going to use the Saka analogy right now. When Saka is off form, he still gives you GNA. When he's limping around, he still gives you something. When's the last time you've seen Garnacho being double teamed? When's the last time? because no one rates him like that.
But I could tell you, bro. Maybe like remember the last time when Ronaldo was here, was playing in the Europa League against Sociedad, and he scored that goal. I feel like his breakout season. I'm like, okay, all right, I like this kid. I like this kid. Let's see where it goes. And I'm like, I had a lot of hope and potential. I'm like, okay, this is your first trophy with the club. Good. You won your first trophy with the club. Boom, you won your second trophy. Let's see what happens. Let's see if you're gonna progress and everything. And bro, it's just like it's just like it's just like I don't know if you guys can see the motion of my hand, but
Yeah, it's like a wave.
it's just like a wave. It's just like a wave. And I'm just like
So in 19 appearances in 2022-23, he had 3 goals and 2 assists. Last season, in 36 appearances, he had 7 goals and 4 assists. Right now, in 30, he has 4 goals and 1 assist.
You see? So okay. Let me get to your first point, Master. Just remember when you had Ronaldo, yeah, he's star quality. Forget the player that he is today, or he's not the player that when you lot first bought him, like in his second season, and then played at Real Madrid, even the player that he was at Juventus, he's still got star quality. So when he's playing, he's dragging 2.5 players towards him. So there's a hell of a lot more space for Garnacho to do that. And a player with any kind of technique that's not got any pressure on them, yeah, they will give you that kind of output. Yeah, the reason why he's not giving you that now is because he doesn't know what to do when he's under pressure, and it's not like he's getting pressured like let's say let's go through the players that's around his
He doesn't know what to do when he has the ball and nobody's around him. 9 times out of 10, he's either going to kick it really wide or it's going to go out of bounds because someone will catch up to him, and then he just messes up. He's a negative. He is a negative. He is a walking negative. That's what
if you want, you could take Zinchenko on that side. Is what I'm saying, because it gives you the vibe and all of that.
No.
I'm joking. No, you see, Garnacho, he's piss poor. Like, he doesn't attract players. He doesn't do much for your team. This is why I said if they're gonna run him out, at least you're gonna get him out of the team somehow, because obviously there must be something in his contract for him to be playing so many games per season. Yeah, and like, sometimes it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't. Right now, Amarin's on survival mode, yeah, and in survival mode, you don't know which way it's gonna go. Because I do rate Amarin right now, and I do kind of feel for him as a manager because he's picked up a team in a massive decline. I believe this would have happened with Ten Hag, yeah, but it's like Ten Hag jumped ship. Yeah, or Man United fucked up, by not signing Ten Hag in the summer because they were looking for a manager in the summer, and obviously people said no, and then.
And I wanted Thomas Tuchel. I actually wanted Thomas Tuchel, to be honest with you, but continue. No, why not? You don't rate Tuchel, Sunshine?
Yeah, and the thing is with Manchester United, I mean, I wanted your team to win as well because I could see that they really want that this game should have given them the confidence they need going forward to Thursday's game against Lyon in the Europa League, and they put that kind of performance in on Thursday. Lyon will absolutely they won't just settle for a draw. They'll go for it. But I mean, I feel kind of bad for Ruben because he has to stick with this team until the end of the season. But it's just the thing is, I think Almiron needs to start all over again. Go and get his own players and sell some of the players. And the thing that made it very, very weird was when he brought on Maguire and Lindelof in the second half, which was a bit strange in my mind.
Linda soft, not Lindelof. Linda soft.
He has to play. He does have to play for Europa League, so I feel like that's probably why he didn't start Xerxes, because he has to contain some of these players for Thursday.
Nah, but Delect is out though. Delect was out, so that's why I think they kind of rotated between Lindelof and Maguire today.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I think they're trying to make sure everyone's pretty much ready for Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for Amarim in the sense of not utilizing his bench. I'm sorry, I don't have any sympathy for that because there's no reason why Cheeto does not play today. I can't get past it. I don't feel sorry for him in that. Why are you using Garnacho? I don't get it. I there's nothing in your contract that has to say you have to play the full game. If he has to start, fair enough. Then sub him off. Like,
but me personally, I always like Garnacho when he comes off the bench. To me, when he comes
he's
off the
better off the
bench,
bench.
he's been off the bench. He shouldn't. He's not ready to start. But it's just like this manager, man. This manager keep making the same mistakes, and I feel like for Thursday, right? Oh, I don't want to think negative, but
Rasta,
I
you're
just
gonna
feel
win.
like,
Don't worry. Rasta, you're gonna win. Don't worry about that. Like
I
because
think
you are
I think
different
we're
kind of kettle of fish in Europe. I guarantee you.
Don't see, like for me, bro, right? I like when I'm watching a game. I like if we lose, I just want to know. Hey, listen, I see improvement here. I see improvement with this one. I see improvement with that one. But if you're seeing the same shit over and over again with the same player over and over and over, if I hate to say this, if Ferguson, I hate to bring out the price. If that was Ferguson, Ferguson would have tell him the whole bench for the rest of the season. But it's just like
Wow.
yo, bro. Like I've seen, I've seen Vieira play. I've seen Henry play. I've seen Bergkamp play. I've seen Didier Drogba play. I've seen Essien play. I've seen Gerard play. I've seen Berbatov play. Right? All of these players are ballers. And if he was to go to 1v1 against all of them, they will cook him. They wouldn't have to try. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, or you're gonna do this, they will cook this guy. And it's like he's not learning. He's not learning, man. And I'm just
But
like,
Rasta,
why are we playing this player and he's not fucking learning?
one thing I will say is though, Rasta, actually the thing is in the Europa League, right? I trust United to do. I trust United more because actually in the
Bro,
Europa League
they
we tend to play
better,
better.
bro, not to cut you, they better, bro, they better.
They better.
Because they better, bro. They better. Listen, even if we get Spurs in the final, we need to go in the final and slap them up, bro. Because we
No,
owe them
you
a
need to
debt.
kick the shit out of Spurs. We ain't having Spurs winning nothing.
Frankfurt are gonna
Bro.
beat them, bro.
Big
Don't
up,
see
bro.
Frankfurt are knocking them
Bro.
out, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Bro, when I say I'm a passionate Man United fan, and when I say I don't like certain crap that's going on, because I'm not trying to say a word that will get Sunshine demonetized. So I'm choosing my words very carefully, bro. It's just like I want us to gel together, bro. You feel me? Because listen, we turn up for Arsenal, we turn up for Liverpool, we turn up for City, but when it comes to these, oh,
Yeah, but then Rasta, you got to remember today was all about missed chances. They like today was literally what you've been
Big up,
talking
Warrior.
about for the last 2 seasons. The players that's been letting you down for the last 2 seasons. It's not that when the game started you could say that we didn't deserve to draw or we deserve to lose or whatever. No, in my opinion, you lot deserve to win. It's only because the players that you've been talking about consistently, yeah. Because if I ask all three of you, right, which
Yeah.
players from let's say 18 months ago that you won out, yeah, I bet you one of the first ones you would have said is Garnacho, yeah. Who let you down today? Garnacho, Hoyland,
Garnacho.
and then Hoyland, yeah, as
But the
well.
first
Yep.
player I won out is
Yeah,
Maguire.
Hoyland and the
He's playing for
Garnacho. You take them out of your team because when Xerxes came on, you saw the tempo change, yeah, dramatically. Even Bruno looked a hell of a lot better, yeah, with his passing
Yeah.
and so forth. It's that he dragged your team forward because Xerxes is that player. Like I would love a Xerxes at my team, yeah. He would help defend, run up the pitch with the ball to try and get your team up the pitch when you're under the cosh. Is what I'm saying. Hoyland now, yeah. If he was helping you inside your own box, yeah, the ball somehow would have ricocheted off him, and then they would have scored. You know what I'm saying?
you're done.
Yeah.
Done. See, you have two gems at your club, right? You have Bukayo Saka, and I'm gonna tell you this, bro. You see that B-rate manager Arteta? I feel like he's gonna play him full 90 minutes for both legs, and if Saka gets injured, bro.
I don't think he can play
Mm.
Saka full 90 on Tuesday or whatever day. Is it
I'd
Tuesday or
go as far
Wednesday?
as to bring off the bench. You know, I wouldn't even start
Yeah.
him. Bro.
Bro,
I wouldn't
I'd bring him off the bench.
and Miles Lewis Skelly, bro. Bro, I like Miles Lewis Skelly, bro. Bro, he's not afraid to take his chances, bro. Like if you see the opportunity, he gonna take it. When England, who England beat the other day,
Latvia.
Latvia, bro, and I'm like, son of a, bro, this kid just wasn't afraid. He just went for it, and boom, that was
Yeah.
it, bro. And I'm just like. It's just like what I noticed about Garnacho. He's just hesitant and afraid. He just want to shoot and hoping it goes in the net. No, bro, you gotta top.
But remember how I started off? I said the United players are very selfish. They're very about me. It's not about the
I
team.
wouldn't say
And you can see that just because every time one of them gets into a final third, just like what you said, Kevin, before, in that free kick. I mean, just before the free kick, he had an opportunity to pass it. How many times has he been in that position where he's shot? Yeah, and to be honest, the closest he's getting to the goal is a side netting. Yeah, they call him side netting Garnacho for a reason. And like I said, man, he's very like your team. It's like you can get rid of Garnacho, you can get rid of Hoyland, you can get rid of Fernandez, but it's deep.
I want to hear AK's thoughts about this match.
Before you go, I want to say this. Do you guys remember the first play of the game, like I mentioned earlier, with Garnacho, the ball over top of Garnacho, right? Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when Sporting scored against Man City in the Champions League?
Mm-hmm.
That was a very, very similar goal. It was a very, very similar move. So this is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a good striker like Gyökeres on the end of it. You have Garnacho on the end of it. That's the difference. Ruben Amorim needs a goal scorer. He needs a proper goal scorer. We don't have a goal scorer. We should have, like I said, we should have signed Morata. We should have signed John Duran in January, but we didn't. So that's on the board, man. And I feel for Ruben as well. I think do you know what it is? I think in Europe we're doing better because it's a different game. It's a different game. We're doing better against teams in Europe. But for me in the league, it's just like I don't know what it is. It's like I don't know. Some of you guys help me. I'm just so lost right now. I'm like,
bro, it's like we're spineless and scared. We're scared. Instead of we being the predator, we're the prey.
Yeah.
Easy pickings.
Yeah.
You're not even the prey. You're the vegetables.
Calm down, John C.
AK man, what's up, AK man? Like what's up? I see you looking at his
I'll
face,
be honest,
bro.
I think the craziest part about today is how bad City looked. Like I wasn't scared of you at all.
This is the worst.
And I honestly, I'm more scared to play Newcastle next week than you.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was feeling. Because Newcastle, they're gonna beat you down in the midfield, and then they have Isak up front, right? Like it's just a much different team. So I just want to hear your thoughts, AK, because like I was shocked honestly at how you guys played.
Yeah, even I'm more shocked as you are regarding your team as well today. But before I get into that, pick up the panel, pick up the chat. I hope you are having a good Sunday, and I hope you at least slept in the second half, because second half, oh my days.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna say something like that. Yeah. I knew he was going to say
your players were put to sleep, though.
Yeah.
I was actually literally trying. I literally had 2 pints. Yeah, I had 2 pints of beer, trying to make myself awake,
relevant,
to at least expect a goal. To expect a goal, but damn, again, we were shit. Yeah, we were absolutely horrible in midfield. Gundogan, again, he lost the ball in transition again, and of course, no one was there. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne actually created 2 chances to even put us in the lead, but again, no one was there to even receive the ball. Again, another horrible performance, and oh my. We've got serious rebuild. We've got serious rebuild to even to do in the summer. We have to act.
No, keep those players for life, AK, please.
Oh yeah, please. Don't, bruv. I know Liverpool lost today. Yeah, they got smashed by full haram. They got smashed by full haram. But that doesn't make your team even winning, even getting close to the title in the first place. Come on,
I know,
God.
it's fine. Okay, you
Bro,
should know I'm just here for the vibe. Like ever since I realized that Arsenal's just not gonna win the league, or I just can't be bothered to rant anymore or just get angry. I'm just here to troll and be nice and wish that everyone crap players stay for life. It's like Kevin De Bruyne, we all know he's past it, but then he's such a wonderful player. He's such a good servant.
Oh,
Give him another 3 years at your club, please, man. Play starting every game. I'm so happy they haven't found Foden yet, because Foden got lost in delivery, yeah, and it seemed like he's still lost within transit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so happy, bro. You get me? I have to be, because I've
on
got
Kevin De
Madrid on
Bruyne,
You're
Tuesday,
right?
just here
so
for the vibes
I
in
need to be
it.
happy for something.
You're just here for the vibes in it, Don. You're just here
Yeah,
for the
bro, I'm here for
vibes.
the party, bro.
On Kevin De Bruyne, do you know his first ever Manchester derby was a 0-0 draw as well at Old Trafford?
Hey, say that one
Years
more
ago.
time.
Kevin De Bruyne's first and last Manchester derbies were both at Old Trafford and 0-0 draws, both of them.
Wow, that's great.
At least it's consistent.
What a coincidence!
Crazy.
It is the
Coincidence, you should
history
have
of
lost,
the
my friend.
football.
You're lucky.
It is football heritage, guys. Football heritage.
You talk about football heritage, bro. Football heritage, United being City, bro. We're the bigger club of football heritage, bro. Don't give
We have
football
we have
heritage
got
talk,
more,
bro.
we have got more
Everyone's
wins than you. We have got more wins than you at least. We've got more derby wins than you.
No, we
No,
have
you
more
haven't.
derby.
You haven't.
No, we
You
have
haven't.
way more derby wins. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
way more derby wins. It's not even close.
And I hate United as well. And I'll say, yeah, they got like
We have
at least I
way
think it's
more
about
wins.
15
But I
more
think
than me.
to me, like that's what was disheartening too. Is like this game was so boring. Like I didn't even feel like any team really wanted to win. Like, do you guys like understand that this is a rival team? Like I felt like I wasn't watching a derby. It was just like like we were playing like I don't know, like Southampton or something.
It was a
Just
training session, Sky. It was a training session. It was a training session.
It was
It was a charity match.
weird.
It was a
I mean,
kick out
you
with your
had
mates. that's all it
Cantona
was.
in the stands. You had all these people in the stands. If I was watching them, I would have left. I would have
These
left.
man wasted their time. Even the
Hey,
City fans
Sunshine.
wasted it. Even the City fans
Sunshine,
wasted their time.
it was a charity match. It was to help you rebuild your
That's what it felt like, yeah. That's what it felt like. Like I was shocked at just like there was no like I don't know. When I play a rival, like I want to win. I don't care if we're not the best team that year or they're better than me that year. Like I'm always trying to win that game. And so to
I don't
see
want City to
like
get top 4.
yeah, exactly. Like you can play for something. Like stop City getting out of top 4. That's huge, right?
That's what
huge.
I wanted. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like there's things you can still
bragging
play
rights.
for.
Because back in the
Exactly.
day, Man City used to win the derbies. Like they never had much to play for. They used to go for it in the derbies. Like it's all bragging rights. Like, you want to win these games. It's a rivalry. Like it doesn't matter what's there to play for. Like United Liverpool played the last game of the season, nothing to play for. I still want to win it. It's United Liverpool. You know what I mean?
If we could have said too that we beat you 2 times this season and we were like really bad, like that says more to me to City than anything, right? Because we already beat them earlier in the season. So hold that, honestly. But again, also I think this shows how much we need Amad Diallo. Like he
And Kobe.
helps our attack so much.
Yeah.
So much. And it's not even like Don C said, it's more about, I think this is what Saka does too. The defense has to respect Amad Diallo. Even if he doesn't have the ball, he can make a break. He can, he can cut through to the box. Like anything he does, they have to be attentive on him. And he's smart.
He won us the last derby as well. He won us the last derby, won the penalty, and got the winning goal as well. So yeah.
And of course, Haaland wasn't there. Haaland wasn't there today. Of course, he was out for the season. So that's why So that's why So that added to the reason why our attack was toothless. Because obviously Haaland is a very important player in our.
Haaland. You're better off without Haaland. I disagree.
Yeah.
You're much better off without Haaland. Mamouche looks like a much better forward. Mamouche looks like a much better forward without Haaland. Haaland doesn't touch the ball at all when he plays. His game is so limited. Like Haaland's a really good goal scorer. His game is so limited. He doesn't touch the ball. His heat map is like literally in and around the box.
Yeah.
He doesn't, and And remember the last time United played City at Old Trafford? What was it? 2023. When we beat City 2-1, Haaland got like very few touches of the ball. This is what I'm trying to say. His game's limited. He only has to score goals. That's it. So I think you're better off without him. Real talk.
You see, I have to agree. I have to agree heavily with Kevin for that one, AK. And you see, when you see Mamouche and you see his movements, even the shot that he took, Haaland would have never went for that shot. You see what Kevin De Bruyne did in the first half when he sprayed the ball across. That's a Haaland pass, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you only saw that once in the game. Yeah, there's a reason why you saw that once in the game. My thing is with you lot, up front you're fine. Yeah, in the back you're decent. It's your midfield. Yeah, your midfield, your wingers, they're terrible.
Yo,
yeah,
Grealish,
okay. Just picture this. Grealish scored.
Not to cut you, guys.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
Okay.
I'll be in the chat. But listen,
Shout out, Ross.
Dancy, you remember last week I said I Dortmund Haaland I rate other than City Haaland, because I seen the stuff Haaland was doing at Dortmund. He not really doing none of that. You know, he's like I said, he's just a tapping merchant. If you want to be a tapping merchant, score goals, win, yes. But I rated Dortmund Haaland. But anyway, guys, later.
See you later, man.
See you later.
AK. What I was saying is that it's your midfield. Your midfield is the issue. Yeah. If you look at the three, what the hell did they do today? Right? There's it's like you see Pep's teams. Pep has always had a strong midfield. Always had a strong midfield, no matter where he goes, and that's what dominates the game. And then afterwards, the strikers just literally is the missing piece of the puzzle to finish off the dinner. Because your midfield is aging, it's because Foden cannot take the pressure of leading Man City's attack. Right? I personally think maybe this season it shows that Pep is human after all, because normally he's a person that's tinkered with his teams a lot, and then he goes back to what works afterwards. This season he hasn't tinkered at all. He's kept the same thing, and we always used to know that when it comes to Pep, if a player is playing good for him, he keeps them in their side. The last two games previous, Grealish has played awesome, even got a goal and an assist.
Yeah.
Why didn't he play today?
I was worried when he came on, by the way. I was worried.
Why didn't he play
I was
today?
too. I was worried when he came on. I was like, oh god.
That's what I'm saying. He brought on Doku first. Doku has Doku is on the same level of Garnacho. Doku can't cross. Okay, Doku can do everything else, but do the end part in the final third. Yeah, that's like Garnacho. But yet he brought him on instead of Grealish. I just believe that your team is in, like, you can go for a rebuild, but I don't think it's going to do much, just because I think it's now honestly, you've hit your glory days, and now Pep needs to go either rest himself like Klopp did, or look for a new challenge. You know what I'm saying? Because like Man United, they're not going to get rid of 6 players in one season. It doesn't happen. It's never happened before. It's never going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? You lot still have that 115 charges, so you lot can't buy 4 to 5 players. You hear me? So it's like, where do you kind of go from here?
Yeah, that's why I think next season is going to be very interesting. Like the summer is going to be important for Arsenal. It's going to be important for Chelsea, I think, too. Like all of these teams, like right there at the top, to see how everyone advances. Because especially with Arsenal, like I feel like there's just key players that you need to make that difference. If you get a striker, do you win now? Hopefully, but I don't know if Arteta can do that. Liverpool, they won't have Trent. I don't know what's going to happen with everybody else, but it's going to be interesting for sure this summer.
I think, you know what, if that Man City midfield, 3 years ago, that wins you the Champions League. That KDB, Kovacic, Gundogan, that wins you the Champions League 3 years ago. This midfield right now, I don't understand why you brought Gundogan back. You're supposed to replace him. You brought him back. Now he's being hung out to dry in this Man City team.
Yeah, well, Kevin, the only issue with Pep is he likes to play his favorites. You've all seen that. He likes to play his favorites.
Yeah, but what option does he have?
He only relies on them. And the one thing that's pissed me off today, the only thing that's pissed me off today was he didn't even bring on Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's the thing that bothered me. because I was on Northside's channel and I said, why didn't he bring on
He was there
Nico
as well.
Gonzalez? Because he could have made a difference for City if he was on. But it's just the thing is, Pep loves to play his favorites every game, and it's just a bit ridiculous. If he's trying to look for something like a winner, he's got to try something different. Bring on Nico Gonzalez, but instead he brings on Jack Grealish. And no disrespect to Jack Grealish, I think he's a good player, but I just don't know why Pep hasn't been starting him so many times. Like, he's always leaving him on the bench to dry. Like,
And why didn't Savinho play as well? I was expecting him to come on also.
yeah, Savinho too. I mean, I rate Savinho highly as well. Ever since he arrived from Girona, he's been phenomenal. But ever since he's on the bench, I mean, Pep doesn't really like want to use him anymore. Like,
It's very
Pep
weird.
doesn't
Big up,
play.
And
big up to you
yeah,
guys.
and yeah, and I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing before Prime comes in. I think Pep Pep needs a reality check. He needs to. I think he needs help. But I think
He
he
doesn't
needs
have
personal
favorites,
help.
Doc. Sorry to say, he doesn't have favorites. He does not have his
I,
own favorites. Pep is a ruthless manager, bro. He's not gonna have favorites like that.
yeah, I think Pep just needs to tell Takike the board and the rest and Mansour that this season for his team it's been not good for them. So he needs to say to them, I need proper players. I need young, fresh players into my team, and then hopefully we'll see what Takike does in the summer, because Takike is an ambitious owner. I give him that, but I think now City just need to they need to remove some of the old players that they have in their squad and
Yeah,
make their squad more better, with young fresh players. Like, they could go for Florian Wirtz this summer, because Florian Wirtz for me is a top baller at Leverkusen, and when he does come to Man City, he will ball out for them. So
Yeah.
the first target for Man City, get Florian Wirtz.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
No,
Facts, facts, Macy.
big up
Facts,
to
Macy.
Prime, big up to Johnson for joining. I think that's Gary, but I do want to
Surname.
talk about these other matches, because I didn't watch Brentford Chelsea and they drew, and then obviously we had Fulham Liverpool, and
I did.
as
My
Prime
first
is here,
Chelsea fan.
I did want to see what his thoughts were, because you're coming off of the game with Spurs, right, midweek, and then you draw to Brentford. So just wanted to hear his thoughts on that, because I didn't watch the Chelsea game. So anything you could share with us, even if how are you feeling about it?
We're done talking about Peppington. Okay.
Yeah, we're done. No, well, for now.
Oh no, the game is what it is. We had chances in the second half to win the game, but the end product, not even necessarily final ball, but the end product, the end action was missing. But
Final
I don't know.
So was it was Jackson there,
know.
or who was there?
No, we had Jackson, Enzo, Palmer had a few chances, and Nkunku was a net negative playing, but I understood why he started, because Jackson has just come back from injury and he played against Spurs, so it doesn't make sense him starting again today, because he could pick up something. But it's just Chelsea fans complaining for the sake of complaining again.
They're not happy.
Yeah, Chelsea fans are never happy. They're a special breed. But regardless, is what it is. I'm not necessarily worried about top four, because, City, they failed to capitalize. I think Newcastle, if they win, they'll be joint points with us, I think. So
They've got 2
I'm
games
not
in hand, by the way.
worried.
2 games in hand.
Well, they've got 1 game in hand. They play tomorrow. It's one
Well,
game.
I know. So as of right now, it's 2 games in hand. As of right now.
It won't matter. I think their game in hand's against Leicester, to be fair, so they'll win that. But regardless, I'm not worried. I think we'll make time in Champions League football. Now, what happens after that? Some of this ownership and the sporting directors and maybe Maresca, who knows? But we'll make the Champions League.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, and people forget that there's 5 spots this season, so they're guaranteed to get it. So that's what people need to realize. They don't even need to get top 4. All they need to do is make sure that they're in the top 5, and then they're all good. And they always will be. Am I lying?
5 spots.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's 5 spots. Villa, they could make an FA Cup final and they could make the Champions League final. So, like, in terms of their squad, it's not deep enough to focus in all 3. So they'll fall away in the league. Newcastle City are up and down, so whatever happens with them, Pep's a fraud. You have Newcastle. They have a few injuries. They don't have a deep enough squad. And I think that's about it, really.
Yeah.
So we should be fine.
But big up the AFC always in the chat. This is actually something I want to hear everyone's opinion on, because this is the biggest talking point I've seen all weekend is the standard of football in the Premier League is terrible.
It is
right?
shocking. It is shocking.
I just want to hear. I mean, I can hear it, but I kind of have an argument against it as well. So I was just curious on what everyone was thinking.
I mean, that's football in general. Football's not the same as it was like even a decade ago, 15 years ago, in terms of the players. However, I do think the standard of managers is a lot higher.
Yeah.
The quality of managers, for example, we have in the Prem, even like take away the traditional top 6. The quality of managers that you have in the Prem is a lot higher than what you had 10, 15 years ago, for example. So I think it's kind of a mixture of both, but I don't know. I think people need. I see a lot of people complain about standard of football, and they'll say, for example, we have the likes of like Havertz or Garnacho or Madueke. They're not the standard of R9 and Ronaldinho and Kaká, and it's just that's not fair. You can't compare.
That's too much of a gap. Like nobody's there. Like,
no, even the best. Like
I know.
Even for example, I think Osimhen's one of the best strikers in the world. He's not of the level of like a Drogba or a Thierry Henry back in the day. So it's not fair to be. I don't think it's fair to compare eras like that. I think just recognize the era that you live in and just like accept it, I guess. Because if you're comparing things to the past, you're not going to appreciate football.
Right.
There's no way you can appreciate football.
You'll never be happy at
even
that point.
Even Yamal, as good as he is, he's not compared to the wingers of 15 years ago. But yet, he's still probably the best player in the world right now. So just accept what you have,
Yeah.
You see,
or understand what you have at least.
I have to agree with Prime with that. Like, if you look at the managers that are just in the league right now, you weren't getting these kind of these type of managers 10 years ago. Even 5 years ago, you weren't going to get so many top managers in the league. And people
like a Unai Emery at the Villa, like that.
Yeah, at the
like
Villa. You got Nuno at Forest and so forth, Amara and blah, blah, blah. And then the thing is, you see the Premier League is very competitive because what people don't realize is 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there was 4 teams with money. Everyone else was just about getting by. 4 teams of money, and those 4 teams were always recycling the Premier League with each other. I should tell you why, because they had the money to buy the players. Now it's on with the FFP rules, now it's on a much more even playing field, so a Forest can get a top player, Aston Villa can get a top player. This is what I'm saying, and that's the difference. People like
you have Spurs who can say no, we're not selling Harry Kane to Man United, even though 15 years ago Man United went and bought Berbatov, and they got Carrick from Spurs.
And Carrick,
easily.
This is what I'm saying. We got Sol Campbell from down the road. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So what people don't realize, the gap has shrunk so much. And when people try to compare with other leagues, right? A lot of teams in other leagues are going through administration. They're losing money. Teams in the Premier League are guaranteed to get money, and that's the difference. People don't like to see that. And then when people try to compare players of old to players of new, I think that's very unfair. You got to keep the bar somewhere. You can't keep moving the bar. Just
I'm not sure who that is.
Is that me?
Yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. So someone is constantly like that. People are always keeping moving the bar, and it's disgusting. Just say it's like this, if you want to compare players, compare Garnacho to the relevant people that's in the league around them. Compare Saka to the players that's in the league around them. Don't be saying, okay, Saka. Someone's got an injury one.
Yeah.
It's
I think
John.
it's
It's John.
Cheers, bro.
It
Yeah,
is
so,
very Johnson because if you do that, Garnacho still looks terrible.
no, yeah, it's
And
okay.
that's
That's a very bad example.
No,
That's a very
he
bad
does.
example.
But like Saka's
Yeah.
amazing. He's world class.
Yeah.
Saka is not Perez, bro. He's not
Right.
Lundberg. He's not Robin.
He's not Hazard.
He's not
I mean,
Ribery.
Havertz. Yeah, Hazard. Sorry, he's not Hazard.
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
not
none of
Hazard,
those
yeah.
players. He is Saka. Yeah, compare him to a player in his position now. Yeah, and that's the reason why when people say, "Oh yeah, you're gonna beat Real Madrid," yeah, because you've done it with Henry. Where's the fuck is our Henry now? This is what I'm saying.
Right.
We haven't got one. So why am I going to compare something that happened near enough 20 years ago with a player near enough 20 years ago who played with better players around him and had more of a competitive, like what more world-class players? Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So when people say the league, the standard of the league has dropped, no, it hasn't. The gap for the smaller teams
Right.
has risen. To be honest, this is the worst bottom three in Premier League history. Yeah, well, in the last 10 years. Like last season, Tottenham could have gone down. Man United could have gone down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When's the last time we've even said that? Last season, Everton had a point deduction and just about stayed up. Do you get me? Yeah. So people need to either go one way or the other, or realize that okay. Football is Johnson. Football has changed. Even though I don't like the change, but I accept the change because that's what it is. With the systematic style of play, it is what it is. You get me? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Nottingham Forest is third. Like
we don't believe in them, bro. I don't respect them, bro. Like they're not serious.
you have to. You can't do that.
No, they're not that good. I'm not gonna be gaslit into people trying to tell me that they're not the third best team in this league, bro.
No, they're not on paper.
They've
on paper they're not. I agree.
I also don't like this.
Even on the strength of their performances, they're
not. Bro, I don't like this. And you know someone who started this, yeah? Know someone who started this rhetoric that I'm going to blame? Igal a few years ago when Arsenal were like bottom of the table under Arteta, was doing this thing off the table lies. I don't like this bullshit. You have 38 games for a reason. That's enough to show me whether you're good or not. Forest are where they are for a reason, bro. Yes, fine. We can say it's because Chelsea haven't been as consistent. Man United have been bad. Spurs have been bad. But you got to capitalize on what you have, bro.
Oh no, it's
City,
not even about...
The only reason City won 4 titles on the bounce because Liverpool bought it 2 and Arsenal bought it 2. If we're going to be honest, but City deserved those titles regardless.
Oh no, my point. No, my point isn't even that. Oh, they're third because everybody else is bad. My point is just on the strength of how I look at them when they perform, they're just not that good. Like, it's not about the fact that everybody else is underperforming. I just don't think they're that good of a team.
Well, they're consistent enough.
I'll give it.
I mean, they're third. They've got to be consistent. They're better than. I mean, Chelsea are 4th, so they're more consistent than Chelsea.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Like that's what I'm saying. They still I still have to give them their props because they have like the points for a reason. But it's more so that I just don't think they're gonna sustain it. There's still 7 games left. I think
until next season. You mean? I mean, that'll be interesting to see how they invest.
Because Villa, because I mean, even Villa did the same thing last year. Like think about it this way, Latimus. Chelsea were dog shit for like 70% of the season last year, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I'll say like 60%.
Yeah. And people were talking about how great like Villa were and how great of a story it was that they were going to come top 4. And they still only finished like 5 points behind like a team that literally didn't do anything for like half of the season. So it's like obviously that's still on Chelsea because they're the ones that didn't perform well. But I'm more so saying this to like lend some perspective to how good or bad these teams actually are. Because like the way some people talk about the gap between the two, you would make it seem like it would make it feels like it's like 10 points or whatever. It's like, bro, like
yeah, but you also have to remember they're doing good for their level.
Of course. Okay, think about it this way. There are people that would say that I think they're about as good as like you see like that little cluster of teams from like Chelsea to Brighton or whatever.
Yeah.
Would you say they're in that cluster, or would you say they're distinctively like better than those teams?
Forest, I'd say they're better than that. They're top of that. Oh. Clearly, because they're third, they're above them.
Yeah. Clearly, yeah. table wise, yeah, they're third, so I can't really say anything. But I just mean like in terms of like the quality of the team itself.
Well,
But
no,
how
I
do you
don't think
judge
their
the
quality
quality
their
of the
team that
team?
good, but
Do you
they're
judge?
still able
Do
to
you
perform with it.
do you judge team quality by individuals or how the team function?
No, I judge it about how the team functions. If you're a team
Overall.
that like I rate teams higher that can consistently play on the front foot and control games. Which again, Force don't need to do that because that's
I
not.
don't think playing front foot football is the only way to play or control games. Spurs play front foot football.
But they don't control games. They don't control games at all.
Yeah, but you can also control games by being a bit more pragmatic.
No, of course. But I'm saying it's for me. It's about how you can marry the two. But like, because if you look at Spurs and you look at Nottingham, they're like the opposite ends of both. Well, obviously, Nottingham are just playing or have better results than Spurs do because Spurs
Yeah,
are
because
just like.
they're
But I'd also
they're
argue
vastly
that
better team.
that Forest might have a better manager than Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's a crazy take. Like,
Forest not only have a better manager, they also have better players.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, and Prime. If you look at it this way, I think we're gonna see a new top six, a new order of the top six now. Now Forest is in there. Oh, wait, am I getting an echo?
Mm.
now you're good. Now you're good. Now.
Is it from me? Yeah.
No, you're
Am I
fine. No, you're
good
fine.
now?
Now.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah. Yeah. As I was saying, now Nottingham Forest is coming in. Aston Villa is joining in, and Newcastle, the new order.
You know
Yeah,
what's
100%.
interesting? I remember a few years ago when Arsenal were doing shit and Leicester were doing well in the league and challenging for top four, and people were saying Leicester are in the top six now, Arsenal are gone. So, like, let's wait and see if Forest replicate this next year, or somewhat. I'm not saying they'll get top four again, but if they can replicate some sort of consistency next year, let's see if, like, again, Newcastle. Well,
It depends on
let's see if
Isak's
they'll
thing,
continue
right?
this. What?
Like for Newcastle, I don't think Isak's going to stay. So
I think Isak will stay unless he pushes to leave. I think he stays because no
He
one's
will
paying.
I
stay.
think he stays the
He
summer.
will stay.
I think
PSR. The
without
problem
him,
now is I think Isak is the PSR is a bit too much like
Newcastle don't have Newcastle don't have PSR issues like that. Like people think they have. They don't. They'll be fine.
No, I
They don't have
I'm
to
not,
sell
talk,
Isak.
I'm not talking about Newcastle. I'm talking about other clubs that want to sign him. Say for example, Liverpool. If Liverpool want to sign him, Liverpool are gonna have to do a PSR. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, no one's gonna afford 150, and he's not as good as he is. I don't think he's worth 150. So they'll keep him.
No.
I'll talk about the standard of the league though. I think for me, like I think the standard of the Premier League has dropped. Like the standards of the fans, 100%. But the quality of the league, not so much. It's just our clubs, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, have kind of dipped. It's mostly City and Liverpool every single year. So that's it. I just think the clubs need to do better. I think once United get back to the top, not get back to the top, but if United start being competitive again, then our fans will probably be like, okay, the Premier League's gonna be competitive again. Because right now it's just like City, Liverpool winning every year. Like it's the same old. You know.
I will say recruitment is worse for the top clubs. We spend more money than we did back then. Which, to be fair, money is based on inflation, but we spend more money, but we buy worse players.
Ownership
because we don't recruit well enough.
Ownership too.
Yeah, whereas you have the lesser teams or the mid-table teams, they recruit properly.
Why is Brighton's able to get like good players and stuff, and then they end up making their money because they sell them.
No, but it's different because if you take a club like Brighton, for example, like they will buy cheap players, scout, like,
but they're good.
But they gave them time to embed. Like they don't play all of them right away. Like for example, think of someone like Baleba. Baleba has been there for like I think like over a year. The dude didn't really start getting minutes like that.
Years. But I don't even mean Brighton. I'm talking about Newcastle. They bought Isak. Why is it Man United and Chelsea, for example, have needed strikers? Arsenal. Why do Newcastle have Isak? Tonali, Newcastle bought. I've wanted Sandro Tonali since 2021 when Chelsea won the Champions League. Why is it Newcastle bought Tonali and Chelsea didn't, or Man United You need a
Yeah.
midfielder, didn't? Or Arsenal, who like look at Arsenal. They spent 100 million on Declan Rice, and I rate Rice, by the way. I think he's a world class ball winner. But the January before that, they could have bought Caicedo for 75 mil, and that would have secured them the league title that season.
Yeah, now
So it's
look,
like wasting. It's like you're spending big money, yes, but you're wasting the funds. You look at Man
I don't think
City.
it's necessarily
You didn't need to spend 100 million on Jack Grealish. That was a waste. You look at Man United. You didn't need to spend that money on Hoyland. That was a waste. Like you're spending big money, but you're wasting it on a
Well,
lot.
I also
And
think-
again, Chelsea have wasted a lot of money, so I know that. So I know what wasting money looks like.
Well, because I also think too, it's a combination of the fact that like the average, like you said, with the inflation, the average price for players just gone up astronomically, right? I think when you look at, for example, like that, it all really started with that Neymar transfer back in 2017, right? Like PSG, like just up the ante to an insane degree, right? Because you look at what the world transfer fee was before then was Pogba on like 90 mil, right? And then PSG go out, they spend over 200 mil on Neymar, and then they spend like another 180 mil on Mbappe, and then Barcelona bring in Dembele for I think it was like another 120.
It was a loan deal at first, actually. It wasn't a permanent buy. It was a loan deal first. Then they spent the money.
They spent it the next year. But Barcelona were looking to replace Neymar. They spent 120.
By the way, the only reason that was a loan deal was because they had just spent that money on Neymar.
Yeah, because of the Neymar money. Yeah, because
that's how they had to on the books. They had to make it look like
Monaco
had
financial issues
by the next year. But
I'm talking about
I'm talking about Barca because you can't spend because if you add in 220 plus what is it 180 Mbappe cost, that's like 300 almost 400 mil. You can't do that. So that's why they have to split it up. But you're right. That summer or those few summers just broke football in terms of money.
Exactly.
But that's why I'm saying teams have to be smart now. Like if you're going to spend the big money, then and yes, there's no guarantees in life, but get as close to a guarantee as possible. Why are Man United spending big money on a striker and you're buying on Hoyland, who's only had like one season in the Serie A and his numbers don't even look that good? Why are Chelsea spending big money on a winger to go buy Mudryk? Like, if you're going to spend money, then at least make sure you're getting your worth for it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you bring up a good point. So this is what I think we should do. So I posted a link of like the most expensive like football transfers, right? If we go through that list, how many of those transfers would I'm curious to see how many of those transfers would like make sense in the context of when the money was spent. Because obviously we talked about Neymar. Like that's like obvious. But then you go from
that will make sense in the context of when that money was spent.
Yeah, like how like the reputation of the player at the time that the money was spent, not if it ended up working out or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Neymar went from Barca to PSG in 2017. Fine, that.
Enzo went from Benfica to
I mean,
Chelsea.
still ridiculous money, but that makes sense. And the Mbappe one as well, I guess, kind of makes sense. But like, that's just what PSG did. Barca did not need to spend on that money on Coutinho. That was a waste. Atletico shouldn't have spent that on João Felix. That's
crazy.
Chelsea on Enzo. I mean, if I speak on Enzo, my fan base will kill me. So let me not say anything.
What Caicedo's move to Chelsea?
Thanks for joining, AK. Have a good night.
What about Caicedo to Chelsea? Like,
don't worry, we'll get there. Let's go down the list, bro. Relax.
Antoine Griezmann, the Barca again. That was a waste.
No, it was a waste, but bro, I would say at the time that they spent it, Antoine Griezmann is.
Do you know how much the guy was earning at Barca? Do you know how much he was earning at Barca? 900K.
No, but it was a waste because look, they bought Griezmann 2019. The summer before that, they had bought Philippe Coutinho 2018.
Yeah,
that was the period Barcelona were just wasting money.
No. The money ended up being a waste because the transfer didn't work.
Wait, so was he on loan? Because how did he end up back there?
It did no. Barca bought him, and then Atletico bought him back.
Because they loaned him, and the loan went well, and they spent like 40 million on him or something. But I mean, like what? No, I was saying like because like I think what happened was when Barca initially like loaned him back to Atletico once, like obviously like it didn't work out or whatever, and
No,
then
no,
Atletico.
it wasn't a
back,
loan
yeah.
back. They bought him back.
No,
I
it was a
just
loan
thought
back
it was
for
like
a
a
year.
it was like a
It
loan
was a, lo- it
first.
was,
Oh no,
it,
sorry,
it,
yeah, you're right. It was a
it
loan
was
back.
a
Yeah,
loan back for a
loan.
year.
But
Then
no,
it's
You have
because
the-
I guess my point,
it's
I guess the
okay.
point I'm trying to get at with, for example, like the Griezmann one is the actual like body of work of the player. I would not hate 120 mil for. So like obviously the transfer didn't work out. So and like you said, because they spent like over 100 mil like a year prior, yeah, it's stupid that they did that. But I'm just saying, like in isolation, I don't think spending 120 mil on Prime Griezmann is like the worst
No, but
decision ever.
it does when you look at what Barca were at that time. Buying in Griezmann just wasn't going to fit for the team they had.
I'm talking specifically about the player, not. I'm not like I get what you're saying in terms of like fit and the action.
I don't think you can just look at the player because that adds in context as to why the player ends up not doing well.
But the reason why I brought up like this is because the discussion is more so why are you spending that money on X player, not why are you spending that money on X player if X player fits the club, right? Because you're like, oh, for example, like how you brought up with like João Felix, why would you spend 100 something mil on a 19-year-old, right? Versus like someone that's like done like XYZ before. That's my point. Not necessarily.
No, but it's not even that. João Felix profile just didn't fit Atletico Madrid anyway as well. That's also why it's a bad transfer. Same with Grealish. Yes, Griezmann. Yes, he had a body of work at Atletico Madrid, but his profile of player was never going to fit what Barca were at that time. But he was coming in as a what Neymar went in 2017. Coutinho that following summer was supposed to be the Neymar replacement, and then Griezmann again was supposed to be that like Griezmann replacement as well. Not Griezmann replacement. He was meant to be the Messi replacement. No, did Messi leave in 2019?
No. It was the
2021.
Neymar one because Messi didn't leave till like 2021. So
Messi went to
PSG.
Oh yeah, that's when he went to PSG.
Free agent.
Jack Grealish to City again. That to me, that was a transfer that doesn't make sense. That's not a good transfer for me.
I think that the transfer that broke everything was the Paul Pogba transfer to United. That was the one that broke all.
That's not. I know you're a United fan, and you love
I
to
wouldn't say
claim.
that.
I know you're a United fan, and United love to claim everything, but Pogba to United is not what broke things.
No, because I remember that summer.
João
I remember that
Felix,
summer. I was
Benfica.
Paul Terrace was on. I was listening to
Atletico
Paul Terrace.
Madrid.
Terrace talking about something. Yeah, he was talking about
6 million.
No, he was talking about like the inflation. That inflation actually increased that year itself.
Look at this.
No, yeah, but like what I mean is
And
it didn't go
Tony.
crazy because of Pogba.
Ajax. Wow.
Yeah.
Flop.
Yeah,
Like Bale was like 85 mil, so a jump from 85 to 90 is not crazy.
Yeah, so it was
The
didn't go.
big
The Pogba thing didn't go completely crazy. It was just it was just a natural progression of what inflation was.
He was 89 million because of inflation, not because we.
You have Declan Rice 100 like or 105
million.
And some of these prices, by the way, are like I'm assuming some of these prices also include like the bonuses and stuff or the add-ons. I'm assuming, but yeah, Declan Rice, Arsenal, 100 mil. Again, I rate Rice. I know that's controversial for a lot of people. I think he's a world-class ball winner, but when you look at what Arteta's doing at Arsenal, he's not using Rice correctly. And when you spend that much money on a player, you have to make sure that player fits, and you have to use them properly.
Yeah,
Do you think he's a 6 or an 8? I think he's an 8 personally.
He's not an 8. He's a 6. Well, I say that. I think I have an example actually of this. Kante. A lot of Chelsea fans were saying Kante is a defensive midfielder, and they got angry at Sarri for playing Kante as a ball-winning 8, while he had Jorginho playing deeper as our deep-lying 6. I think depending on the team you're playing and the system you play in, like if you play like for a West Ham where you're sitting back and defending a lot, you can play a player like a Rice or a Kante as your 6 and get away with it. But if you're playing a lot more front foot, you're playing on the ball, keeping possession, playing attacking football, your deepest midfielder can't be a Rice or a Kante. They've got to be someone like a Jorginho or someone like a Pirlo or a Busquets, someone who can move the ball and keep it ticking.
Actually, you know what's funny is
Kante was
to
just
your
a simp,
point,
bro.
It's
I
good
would-
that
I would-
you brought. I'll say my bit, and then Kevin, you say your bit. It's good that you brought up Declan Rice for £100 million. I mean, I was a bit bit unsure of whether this was the right move for Arsenal to bring in Declan Rice for £100 million. And yeah, I mean, this was a good idea, but against Everton, he was a bit poor, but you expect that from Declan Rice. I think he will be our best player, but I just think now, I just hope, I just want him to maybe take his game more better, because he does play well, but yesterday against Everton, he was poor, bro. Like he wasn't even
What
creating.
was he poor at against Everton?
Because every time he gets the ball, and when there was like a shooting chance that he could have done, he just passes it straight to somebody. Like, I don't get it. Like, Arsenal are not like. My point is, Arsenal they don't really create a goal scoring chance. They just play this kind of U-shaped football every time, and it's just a bit annoying.
Well, that's on Arteta for one, and two, like, you have to know what Rice is. Rice is not a creator, and he's not a shooter. Like, he's a ball winner, and that's why I'm saying, if you're spending big money like that, get as close to a guarantee as possible. If you're spending money on Rice, then don't use him as a box crashing 8, or use him to be your creator or your dictator. Have him win the ball.
Prime, do you remember when Arsenal fans were saying, I think we didn't pay enough for Declan Rice?
Yeah, but like, Arsenal fans are there, but regardless, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're spending that money, like, make sure it actually like works
properly,
and you build around them properly. And that's. But yeah, can you bring up that list again, Sunshine?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's keep going.
You have Moises Caicedo. Again, 100 mil is a lot, but I think, again, as close to a guarantee as you can. I think Caicedo is more than worth that. You have Lukaku. Again, a lot of money, proven goal scorer. The only problem is, again, coming to Chelsea, we had our only creators in the team was Reece James and Chilwell. And that's why I wasn't, as much as I rated Lukaku at the time, I was against signing him. I wanted Kane instead, because I wanted to bring in a striker that can also create chances for himself. I knew with Lukaku that once Reece breaks down, we're not going to create chances for him, because Havertz and Mount just provide nothing.
I thought you were winning the league that year when you signed Lukaku.
No, we were never winning the league. We were never winning the league.
Bro, don't remind me of that season, bro. From the beginning of the season till like November, it was beautiful, bro. It was beautiful.
Yeah. You have Ousmane Dembele. This was meant to be this again name. You saw it, so in 3 windows we just seen on this list. Barca went from, what was it, Dembele, Coutinho, and Griezmann. You see how I'm saying waste of money?
Bartomeu should really be in jail.
Dortmund, because do you remember in the 2017 Super DFB Pokal final, Dembele won the Pokal with Dortmund, so he could have stayed there, but instead he chose to go to Barcelona.
He was playing
now you have 2016. Let's pronounce his full name properly. Paul Labile Pogba. Flop.
I think Pogba first started his journey at Manchester United before he went abroad to play Juventus.
He was an academy player.
Yeah.
Look at Pogba. It's a lot. Again, a lot of money, quality midfielder, but like,
was he?
I'm not even saying that transfer didn't necessarily make sense, but the way Man United were doing them times with and it's fair, to be fair, even now. Like, that was Jose's first summer. You brought in Zlatan that summer as well.
And Mkhitaryan.
But you never built on that to push forward at all.
We should have signed Kante that year with Pogba.
To me, I feel like the theme here is that, like, not with every club, but they're spending money, but then they're not utilizing the money that they spend. Like, it's not fitting into maybe a system or a style of play, that would work.
Yeah.
Like more than half of these players, they didn't work.
Well, that's because for some reason
wasted
people.
Pogba's potential.
Well, that's because for some reason people think that you can just bring in players, not utilize their best attributes, but then still expect them to look as good as they did when you brought them in. So
Yeah.
like,
And then people will say, "Oh, you cost 100 million. You should be able to do everything." No, I cost 100 mil, so let me do what my 100 mil says that I can do.
Yeah.
That's how it should work.
like
Speaking of 100 mil,
Pogba played in the Juve midfield with a freaking like destroyer runner in
Pirlo,
Vidal and a deep
yeah.
line playmaker in Pirlo. But then United were like, "Hey, here is Matic, and here is freaking Scott McTominay. You're gonna make this work, or you suck." So,
speaking of forcing things to make it work, Jude Bellingham from Dortmund to Real Madrid for 100 mil. Again, I don't rate like Jude as a player that highly, but it's working at Real Madrid.
Yeah. The thing is with Jude, he turns up in very big games. Like that's the thing. I know I don't rate him as well, but he always like turns up in games that are like very important for Real Madrid.
Facts.
Him and
Eden
Fede
Hazard,
Valverde.
Chelsea to. What do you say about Valverde?
The thing is with
He
Hazard,
also turns up in big games.
in my
Him and Valverde.
estimation,
Yeah.
in my estimation, Hazard could have stayed at Chelsea and like he could have won more. But I was surprised that the year when you won the Europa League, when you beat us 4-1 in Baku, Hazard could have won more trophies with Chelsea. But
Wait, sorry, Macy. Who did we beat?
so remember when we played you in the Europa League final in Baku in the 2018-19 campaign when you beat us 4-1, which was Hazard's final game
you're
for
a bad
Chelsea.
guy.
And Petr
Wait,
Cech's
I
last
don't remember that when that happened. Could you explain that game?
so basically,
Right, Macy.
no, hear
He's
me out.
doing this on purpose.
No, Macy, it's okay, bro. It's okay. Yeah,
I
I know.
please just
Look
explain
at
the
Prime.
choice.
Everyone's onto you, Prime. Look at this. We know what you're doing.
Wait, hold on. I
I
forgot. Listen, Chelsea have won 2 Champions Leagues. I don't remember our Europa League wins. He's trying to remind me. Let him remind me.
Yeah, Doncy, come on, man. Why are you like? Why
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
turn my back on
Yeah,
Arsenal?
Doncy.
Prime's on his
bro.
phone profit behavior right now.
I'm not like I'm not doing
Anyway,
anything
Macy,
wrong. I'm
you
just
were telling
giving
us about how the biggest club in London, Chelsea, demolished Arsenal in the Europa League final. Tell us.
That's what I said. I said Chelsea beat Arsenal 4-1 to win the Europa League. That turned out to be Hazard's last game for your team, and he walked out with a trophy. And it was also Czech's last game as a professional footballer before he retired. So I'm just bringing out the memories from like years ago when you
Before
had
going back to
Sub,
Chelsea.
I had Emery. You know,
Listen, all I'm gonna say on the Hazard thing is,
wait, can I just ask Macy? Do you think it's one of Arsenal's most painful defeats? Do you think?
yeah, in my mind, I think so because like none of our players didn't really turn up to the final because the only one player that did turn up was Alex Iwobi and he scored that cracking goal, but none of the other players in my team turned up. Aubameyang didn't turn up, Lacazette didn't turn up, like nobody turned up. It was your team. Your team wanted it more than us because I think you already secured yourself another season in the Champions League, and we had to win the Europa League to ensure that we could have gotten Champions League. But we've already handed the trophy to you when you beat. Beat us.
Was that the season where Arsenal had?
Get it, bro. They suck. Oh my gosh! Can we please talk about this trophy?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Chris.
That was off the window.
Look at him, Dante.
Anyway, no. What I was gonna say on the Eden Hazard thing was, Thomas Munier. When I find you, bro. When I find you, it will be a bad day for you, bro. I don't know if you guys remember Hazard's last great game, November 2019 against PSG. He was finally getting back into form, and then Thomas Munier just like breaks his ankle for like no reason, and then That was the end of Eden Hazard, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do have to wrap up here soon. So those of you that are here that have a channel, please plug your channel and everything. Let us know what you got coming up. But thanks for joining. These are always a lot of fun, and I feel like
Of course.
I learned a lot because I wasn't.
Make this a weekly thing. This is good fun.
I wasn't watching all of this back in the day. So
Kevin,
when you guys
she's
talk
been
about
promising that. She's been promising that for months now. It's not happening.
I've done this 3 weeks in a row, so I don't need this from you. Okay.
Prime, you can hop
I
on
don't
my
need
stream
that from
tomorrow,
you.
bro.
What about the weeks before that?
We won't talk about that. Anyway, Kevin, do you want to share?
Yes, and
Okay.
sports people. I'm still stuck at 170 subs. I want to get to 200 before the end of April. I mean, we're almost halfway into April now. Time flies. Hey, let's get there soon. I want to get to 200 subs, man. I want to get the goal to 200. Yeah.
All right. Keep pushing that, and make sure you put your link in the chat. Macy, Gary, SK, Prime.
You have my ad, don't you?
Yep.
You have my.
Yours is in the title.
Oh, okay, big up.
It's in the title, and so is SK's.
Appreciate
Any final
you,
thoughts? Anybody else?
I want to thank you guys for your service today, because
Of course.
Think as far as
you guys held City, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, it was looking disgusting, bro. After that Brentford game, it was looking pretty disgusting, that table. So
boring derby.
Appreciate it.
I don't want City to get top 4, so I wanted to win this game quite badly, and we just didn't win the game. So
Prime, you have a channel? Oh, this is on Sheik's channel?
I made something for his channel. I made that video, so check it out, people.
Okay.
Prime energy drink.
Prime energy drink. Gary, do you have anything to say?
Boring Sunday today.
Yeah. Definitely.
And Macy.
Very, very boring.
So yeah, it was great to be on your show again, Sky. You always make me smile every time I appear on your show. So yeah, this week I'm super busy. I've got four jobs to do. So I'm super,
4.
yeah. So basically, I'm working for some kind of organization. If you haven't heard about it, so yeah.
Modeling agency.
What? No, I'm not a modeling agency. I'm not. But
four jobs. Wow. How are you gonna have time to pray for Madrid?
I know it's just
four jobs. That's how many goals Chelsea scored in the Europa League.
I'm so tired of Prime, honestly.
I know. It's just the thing is
Prime energy.
I wasn't being rude.
Okay. No, it wasn't being rude. I know.
Thank you, Macy. Thank you.
Yeah, as I said, I know I'm gonna pray for Madrid, but I'm not gonna pray for Madrid. I'm praying for Arsenal.
Yeah. Of course, man. Support your own team.
No. I don't want to hear this excuse. But if Valencia could beat these dudes yesterday, bro, no excuses, bro.
Listen, I'll pray for Madrid. I'll pray for Madrid.
Yeah, so I
Not only did they beat Madrid, they beat Madrid at the Bernabeu. Okay.
It was a fluke win for Valencia.
No, it was not a fluke win. It was not a fluke win.
It
bro,
was.
they almost scored the exact same way a couple minutes.
No. Their goalkeeper had a game of his life. That's what it was. Because Mbappe should have at least scored one. Their goalkeeper,
and he also kept out Vinicius's penalty as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey man, tell Carlos to set up a high line properly. Tell him to organize a press first, and then we could talk about flukes or no flukes.
Before we go, I do want to hear everyone. I think everyone at least does I don't even remember does Chelsea. Do y'all play Thursday as well?
Yeah. Against
bro, we're playing in the CL, man. Respect us.
We're playing. I do want to hear everyone's predictions on their Europe match. So we'll talk about Lyon, we'll talk about Chelsea, and then Macy, you play Real Madrid. So just let me know.
Madrid will sue Arsenal out.
Okay. So
whoa, that's wild.
he was on it. Hey, Kevin, how do you think we're going to do against Lyon?
1-1 draw away.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm okay with that because we get to come back to Old Trafford.
And a la Madrid against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arsenal 0, Real Madrid 3.
So he's allowed to say Ala Madrid, but when I ask what happened, how did
saying it with like no ill intent? You're trying to
also he's a United fan, so like that's kind of like their parent club or something.
Yeah, so it's our cousin club.
No, that's your big bro. Like that's your big bro. Like, let's relax.
Big bro.
Macy.
They're best friends.
No. They're your boss. They're your big brother.
Boss.
Be like, hey, listen, we want Ronaldo now. Oh, sure, boss. Here you go. Hey, take this bum ass Casemiro, bro. We don't want him no more for 60 mil. Sure, boss. Here we go. Like it is what it is, bro. I don't make the rules.
Casemiro ain't no bum, by the way.
Take this, bro. For Man United.
That's what Paris told y'all before y'all took him, bro. So
hey, Man United, take this broken Varane. You can have him.
Stop. Anyway, Chelsea, are you guys winning or not? I hope you don't. The way you guys are moving on the stream. I hope you guys lose Thursday, but let us know what you think.
You hope what?
You lose on Thursday. What do you guys have for your game? What are your predictions?
You hope. You see how sad and petty.
That's just facts.
Listen, I know you're worried that we're going to equal, the amount of CLs you guys have by the end of the season. I know you're worried and scared, but don't be. This is what it is. It doesn't what?
That's crazy.
My pals are Chelsea fans, so I don't mind them winning.
Yeah, it's a CL.
What's your prediction? What's your prediction?
We're playing Legia Warsaw away from home, so
I think Warsaw are gonna destroy us 4-0. I'm kind of scared, to be honest. So
scary. Shivery timbers. Yeah.
No, my timbers are incredibly shivered right now.
Okay, I'm gonna screen record this, and we'll see what happens.
Go ahead, bro.
But thank you.
He's gonna try and clip us out of context now. Watch.
Mace.
I gotta do an edit like Prime.
Wait, I don't clip out of context.
Listen, wait, Tommy, if you don't clip out of context, how do you post those clips on your Twitter, bro?
Yeah, but do I post them out of context?
Yes.
Also, how are you gonna say my Twitter without saying my Twitter name? People follow me on Twitter, by the way.
Isn't your Twitter just the name you have right now?
Wait.
Wait. Real questions. Who has a different name on their social media page? It doesn't even make any sense.
Thank you. Follow me on Twitter, guys.
I just have AIM Sports. I saw on social media. I have an Instagram.
Follow me on Twitter, guys. Adamus Prime. Shameless plug.
All right. Well, thanks for joining. We're gonna redirect to Saeed. Thank you guys for tuning in. There's a Q&A on Sarcasm later as well, along with the Bayesian Reds. And then
where this Sunday, Sunshine, make sure you're there for the Q&A. I will be leading us in sermon for the prayer.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody. I don't want to hear false prophet Prime. Thank you guys for joining. Bless.
I'm not a false prophet.
Bye.
I'm not a false prophet.
Bye.
Don't disrespect.